Good morning. This is Bill from Auto Europa Naples, and today I'm bringing you this fire-breathing monster. This is a 2009 Mercedes-Benz E63 sedan. It's based on the W211 chassis. It's a great E-Class for Mercedes, which is a bit redundant. I mean, everyone is a great E-Class for Mercedes. They've never really built a bad E-Class. It's always been their historical bread and butter car. They sell a bunch of them. They're very well designed. They, go together extremely well. They're not as technologically advanced as the S, which makes them more reliable. They're more luxurious and roomy than the C, which makes them a proper mid-size sedan. And they are just an all-around kind of perfect sedan. And when AMG gets their hands on one, they do fantastic things, as they've done. We've got hammers today. That's fantastic. They do fantastic things, as they've done with this one. And what they did with this one is they've taken this perfectly pedestrian, around town city driver, and they've shoehorned a 6.2 liter, despite what the badge says, all aluminum, super advanced, 507 horsepower V8 under the hood. I mean, this is kind of the modern equivalent of a, 1963 Tempest when they started stuffing 389s in them. Very, very cool stuff. It's a true muscle car in the very original sense of the word. The handling is iffy. It's not. Actually, the handling's really good on this thing. But the straight line performance is what it's all about. Not to mention the cruising ability at high speeds on the interstate. Anyway, nobody does silver better than Mercedes. This one is finished in their signature metallic silver. Got some nice options on there, the panoramic roof and such. These cars were redesigned, restyled, facelifted, whatever you want to call it, in 2007. So the lights became a little bit sleeker. The air dam got a bit cooler. They got these great looking 5-star alloy wheels with 2 colors. And look at the dinner plate. It's actually big. If they gave you a dinner plate that size at the store, you'd probably just have too much. Enormous slotted and vented rotors with multi-piston calipers meant to pull this thing down, to a stop really quick, front and back. The design of this 211 car I've always thought was quite lovely, with that sort of curved roof line, the nice tall greenhouse, the way the ovals and the straight lines all come together. You can see 4 big pipes at the bottom, letting that big monster V8 breathe. Nice badging there, E63. Great little deck lid spoiler, which you got airplanes. Look at that. A little too close for comfort. Keep going, buddy. All right. Anyway, where the hell was I? Yeah, that deck lid spoiler actually... something weird happened there at the camera. Is functional. When this thing's at high end, that is going to force the rump end down on the ground and keep it properly planted. And look at those fat Michelins under this thing. Nice stylistic rear bumpers, very attractive boxy side skirts there at the bottom. The 6.3 badge, well, again 6.2, but 6.3 does hearken to that late 60s 300 SL V8. It's absolutely legendary. They call it the Red Pig or something. Look it up. Great old car. First AMG car. Anyway, everything looking nice all around. Big panoramic roof up top. And just all very cool. All right, so here in the back is something that amuses me a little bit. It's got a power trunk, which frankly, any guy who's kind of old enough to need that. I have a little bit of trouble with him having 507 ponies under the hood. I'll get there myself in not too long, but anyway, I feel just one should be able to lift and lower the trunk manually. It should be a test for whether or not you can buy this car. At some point, Mercedes moved the gas tanks from behind the rear seats down low, so they came up with these enormous trunks. I mean, you could fit anything you want in this damn thing. It's got the, sorry for all the stuff, I've got new decor coming for our little garage storage area, so I'm full of it today. Full of it every day, actually. Anyway, little hang thing for the shopping bags, nice feature. This one also hilariously has fold down rear seats, so if you need to turn your 507 horsepower track monster into a pickup truck, you can. You can see in the bumpers, it's also got the sensors for the Parktronic, pretty well equipped. The original AMG embossed floor mats. You've got a 12-volt outlet here if you want to run some accessories. You've got a net over there to put stuff in. And anyway, everyone's going to be real happy with the trunk. To close it, you just press that guy, and down it comes. Have a look under the front seat. We're going to be racing the sun now. A little later, when we get inside the car, I'm going to go into the list. I keep a little notebook of what I call it as people who have failed and disappointed me, and I've added a couple names this morning. Anyway, here you can see that enormous and fire-breathing 6.2 liter all-aluminum V8, hand-built, they say. You know, each one has a little plaque on it made by whoever put it together. This one I think is Betty Anderson. Anyway, very, very incredibly advanced motor. It doesn't share any parts with any of the standard Mercedes V8s. It's all aluminum. It's got variable valve timing. It's got variable intake. It is a bad mofo. Very, very cool engine to put under the hood of this thing. Actually had less torque than the supercharged E55 it replaced, although it had a ton more horsepower. But by virtue of it having a little less torque, they were able to use their fantastic 7-speed automatic. It could now handle it. And that thing shifts incredibly well. Not just smooth, but precise and quickly. It does exactly what you tell it to do when you tell it to do it. So terrific transmission in this car. And anyway, all works very, very well. Turns in even, you know, very similar times as the older E55, but is, at the end of the day, a bit quicker. In fact, it's ridiculously quick. 0 to 60, I want to say the mid-4s, quarter mile, the mid-12s. Tops out, I want to say they govern it to 155. I'm sure it could go on to be a lot quicker than that. I guess in Europe you could order the top speed model, but not in the US, so lucky guys over there again. In the rear seat, everything lovely, proper, nice legroom, nice, you know, just the perfect size. Nobody's going to be cramped back there, but you don't feel like it's cavernous either. Also, Mercedes AMG division uses a lovely leather. These are ventilated, or sorry, the rear seats are not ventilated, are they? They're not. They just have the nice perforated leather to match the front. Also some Alcantara inserts. Very nice stuff. Everything lovely back there. Also lovely bunched leather here in the door panels. It's got rear airbags, nice wood trim, very subtle. This has the screen package, so it has the rear side sunscreens and rear sunscreen to keep your backseat people shady, and everyone will be real happy with that. All right, let's hop in. Real quick, you can see the same treatment up front. These beautiful leather sport seats. They've got the AMG logo embossed into them. You've got Alcantara here. You've got leather here. It just looks terrific. Mercedes interiors always look nice and expensive, and AMG just adds to that. Over here, you've got your 14-way power seats, your mirror control, your memory stuff, your power windows, little trunk release. You got Harman Kardon sound, more bunched leather in here, and everything just beautiful. And let's hop in. Alright, so fire it up. I've got the key in my pocket, but this does have keyless go, so I can just tap this guy here, and it's all going to fire to life. And here we get into where people have failed and disappointed me. So the other day, one of the sales guys, I asked him to drive this home, and 2 days ago, and said, look, drive it home, make sure everything's good with it, have a bit of fun, put some gas in it, it's low. Okay, now obviously the gas light's on, but it does have more gas in it than when I handed it to him. So what did he put in, like $8 of fuel? I mean, what? Anyway, so the gas light's on. I decided to leave it on for the video because you may as well get used to it. The thing is not what I would call an economy car. You can also see that the tire pressure sensor is flashing. Now, I don't know if that was happening while he was driving it or not, but it would have been nice if he'd mentioned it so I could have had it addressed prior to the video. What the flashing means is that there's a fault in the system. Maybe one of the sensors isn't reading, and so it's not correctable just by putting air in it. I got to hand it to our technician back there and have him fix it. So anyway, I've got a Christmas tree on my instrument cluster, which is just incredibly offensive to me. It's some illumination going. So anyway, we're going to talk about that at the morning meeting. Also, whoever the hell left an ice cream inside our little office refrigerator, okay? I mean, the office refrigerator is not a freezer. Ice cream has the word ice in it. I don't expect people to fully understand the laws of thermodynamics, but I would expect people to understand that ice cream melts in anything over 32-degree weather. So that's another topic for the meeting. We're going to have to figure out why the little fridge had ice cream running all over the bottom of it, and figure out who missed that course in high school. Anyway, automatic headlights, nice stuff. Beautiful fat leather AMG steering wheel with the grippy grippies and these terrific big paddle shifters. Very nice. You got your cruise control stock up there. You got your wipers here. You got voice command in this thing, so you can. It's nice to be able to command a German car. This is no offense to my German friends out there, but I have noticed, and this is just something I have to say, that the larger the German body, the smaller the German bathing suit, and the louder the commands being barked at the pool boy at our local hotels and stuff. I don't know why it is. I'm not saying anything, but just something I noticed. Anyway, AMG does put in this fantastic looking instrument cluster, very different from the other Mercedes products. You can see it has a little driver information center in the middle where you can go through stuff. You've got AMG badging on the little tiny tack over there to the right. It'd be nice if the tack was bigger, Porsche style. You also have a clock, which seems very unsportsmanly to me. That would be a nice place for even a double gauge cluster like oil pressure or water temp or something. So those things are the only water temp anyway is buried over there in this little vertical digital gauge on the side. I have to keep an eye out for that. And of course the gasoline, where my trusted sales guy has failed me this morning. Okay, lovely dash over here. You've got dual side climate control. Let me turn the fan down a little. Probably sounds like a hurricane. Tip of the hat, and hope a good cheer for the poor guys in the way of that big storm heading to Carolina. Oh, God, yeah, man, I feel your pain. Holy cow. You sit there staring at that cone, just dying to see it change. Oh, my God, please change. Please track off. Go off somewhere else. Go where you're wanted. Go where you're not wanted. Just don't come here. And anyway, let's hope everyone comes through that okay. Poor bastards up there. Anyway, you got all this nice wood stuff here. You've got Mercedes-Benz command unit. I think, as I pointed out yesterday, that's Cockpit management and data, which comes together to make the acronym command. This is the upgraded one for 09. It's still completely user non-friendly and indecipherable, but it is fine. You do have an in-dash CD changer. You've got AM, FM, weather band, and satellite. Let's see what we got on FM. Sometimes you get these cars, the satellite's still hooked up. It's nice. We got AM. Good Lord. Good weather. I wonder if that's how this guy sounds at dinner when he's talking to his wife.
Then becoming partly cloudy. A chance of showers.
Let's see what else we got. I can't. There we go.
And played in the game.
All right, so all that for nothing. Anyway, you get your AM, FM, you get your Bluetooth, you get your navigation, all very nice stuff out of there, and that is programmable with the voice command. You also get your hot and cool seats, get a little bit of cool seat going. Here's your rear shade. You can see that coming up. We'll leave that up. If the rear headrests are up, that'll lower them. Lock and unlock. Electronic stability program. That's the traction control in this car. And AMG does make that very proper in this one. So if you turn it off, you can create a smoke show to rival an NHRA event. So pretty cool stuff. I'll try to avoid doing that today as much as I desperately want to. Keyless go, so we can just tap that guy to start it. The nice thing with this transmission, you get in an M5 with that SMG thing, and it has like 170 different programmable, options for the transmission. This has 3, and that's all you need. You've got comfort, you've got sport, and then you've got manual, and I think that's just fantastic, nice and easy. Mercedes-Benz also upgraded the airmatic suspension for this car, made it much sportier, And so in this setting, it's very comfy. 1 up, you get a little bit of, different tranny shift points and different, dampening on the shocks. 2 up, and the thing becomes downright rigid. This P will turn off the parking sensors, and then this raises or lowers the aromatic suspension. Off is just normal height. 1 red dot is higher, so 2 is higher still, so you're able to, clear any ground stuff you need. Up here you got a self-dimming mirror with a home link. You got this beautiful big panoramic sunroof. I'm going to do that thing again where I run it. Oh, thank God. Okay, so it's working fine. I never know till I get in and start doing the videos, so it'd be very easy to run into a problem, embarrass myself, but fortunately I won't. And there goes the screen. All right, let's go for a drive. All right, so we're in sport. I'm not going to go into manual right now because I have enough trouble with the camera as it is. Friendly wave at the neighbors and off we go. Okay, so now here is the thing that makes this car better than so many other, German hot rods in its class. You can drive it downright dainty. I mean, we're having this nice little jaunt to work. The suspension is soft and comfortable in this setting. Everybody is chipper and happy. We're all good citizens. We're not causing any trouble. We're just having a good time. And, your wife be able to take it to the grocery store. She may not even have a clue it's got 507 horsepower. And then when you hammer it, absolute hell breaks loose. Mayhem. I had the traction control on there, so it kind of corrected me a little bit, applied a little less force on one side, a little brake here, kept the car in a straight line, and rocketed it down the road. Now, if I turned off the traction control, which is a very tempting thing to do, we could have gone into this beautiful two-wheel drift and, put a smoke show up for the neighbors and put some Michelins down on the pavement for posterity. But anyway, we'll let the next guy do that. I don't want to roast the Michelins on whoever's getting this car. So what a fantastic machine. 09 Mercedes-Benz E63. Again, 507 horsepower. Just an absolute German monster. A real muscle car in the truest sense of the word, with all kinds of little technological bits thrown in. This is a one-owner car, 83,000 miles. It's an absolute bargain that you can have this much fun, this much quality, and this much car for the kind of money it's going to be offered for. If you have an interest, give us a call, 239-298-8000, on the web at aenaples.com. Thank you so much for having a look. We appreciate it, and we'll see you with the next one. Take care.